Hi, I'm Dr. Gary Harcourt with Harcourt Chiropractic. Our family has been in the profession for almost 100 years and 4 generations. I'm pleased to be able to share this video with you of Dr. Matt Diduro, who is my mentor in the Softwave technology. He interviews Coach Rose of the U.S. Women's Track and Field Team, which competed in the Tokyo Olympic Summer Games. This technology was not available when my dad and my grandfather were practicing, but it is available today and is very, very exciting. So enjoy this short video, and it is available in York County now.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Matt Diduro, and I'm proud to share with you true stories of healing with the Softwave tissue regeneration device. In 2020, we tested the healing power of this phenomenal technology with the U.S. Olympic Track and Field Team as they trained for the Olympic Summer Games in Tokyo. In this conversation, I asked Rose Monday, coach of the U.S. Women's Olympic team, about the results of this treatment. She told us these elite athletes experience less pain, fewer injuries, faster healing, better performance, more joy, and fun in training. Let's hear from Coach Rose Monday about the Softwave tissue regeneration device in her own words. So tell me about your job as head coach of the Olympic track and field team.
Well, as head coach, you manage I'm head coach on the women's side. So we have separate staffs, the women's staff and the men's staff. The head men's coach is Mike Holloway. He's the director of track and field at the University of Florida. But we do have one team, so we work together as a unit for the best to have the best track team in the United States and in the world. And we have 4 assistants on each side that we manage, and we manage all of the athletes on the team. And once the team is selected, and they self-select themselves basically based on their finish at the Olympic trials. So the top 3 in each event are the ones that make the team, and they go on to represent the United States at the Olympic Games. They also have to have, a standard that they meet as well.
What's your philosophy in coaching?
My philosophy is to, it's not just about getting them to be the fastest athlete that they are, the best that they can be. My philosophy is to get them to be the best person that they can be. I mean, you wear so many hats. You are a mentor to them, you're a friend, you're sometimes a parent to them, and you give them, you teach them how to win and lose gracefully. You teach them how to set goals. You teach them life lessons that are going to take them well off the field of play. And my philosophy is to, you got to hover over that fine line. You got to push that line. You got to train hard, but you also have to train smart, Matt. You have to train smart. You can't just go out there and work hard. That's something that I didn't get when I was an athlete. I trained hard every day and I thought I'd be the best in the world. No, you have to train smart. You have to understand physiology, and you have to understand biomechanics, because you have to understand how the body recovers. And it's all about adaptation. It's all about understanding the energy systems of the demands of the event. And you have to understand that athlete, and you have to understand stress, and stress is stress.
What's your approach to making sure your athletes stay healthy and prevent injuries?
We have several approaches. One, I talk to them constantly on nutrition to make sure they eat well. I'm a little bit more involved in their lives from the standpoint of understanding their lives more than most coaches. I think most coaches just give them the workouts and there they go. But because I have a small group, I take great care into saying what's going on with you guys this week. And if one of them says, I can't change my work schedule, then I'll say to the others, you guys, are you okay with this? Because it is about recovery, and I got to make sure it's about recovery. And so we have a beautiful ability to switch things up so that I can make sure if they're not recovered from that workout that day, we can switch it up. So I am all about the adaptation to the stress of the demands of the energy system of that training session, because every time we train, we tear down. So they have access to chiropractic, they have access to the TRT. I'm so thankful for that. They have a Normatech. I have an infrared sauna. They take ASEA. They've just been sponsored by ASEA, so they're all going to be on ASEA which I'm terrific. The only one who's been, well, they've all been taking the Renew 28, which is great. But purchasing it, but now they're going to be sponsored with ASEA, so I'm excited about that. And so it's all about, reducing the inflammation to be able to handle the stress load. I talk about, race tactics, we talk about sports psychology, we talk about all kinds of things that can come at them. We don't make the perfect situation because obviously it's not going to be perfect at the trials. So, we'd be in a situation where we're at practice and it's, maybe it's gale of force winds, and I'd love to have the wind at their back for that workout, but no, we're going to run into the wind on that day. And I'm going to it'll be one of those days I'll say to them, the other day they all kind of were tired. And this was one of those days that, we don't have any races coming up, and they kind of were walking in, and I thought, this is a day where I'm going to say, I called out their competitors' names, and I said, not for everyone, but for the last set, I said, Donovan Brazier's right there in front of you. Bryce Hoppel's right there in front of you. I said, you need to get in their hip pocket now, bam, and they change gears, So you have to do that. You have to work on the psychological part of it. You got to work on the emotional, the physiological, and you got to talk about recovery and restoration so that they have to be firing on all cylinders.
Coach Monday, could you finish us off with any last thoughts?
There's nothing more catastrophic than a runner who can't run or is handling, some type of an injury. It's a nagging pain of some sort. And there's a fine line between being fit and over the brink. And you have to really kind of push that envelope if you're going to be one of the best in the world and represent the United States on the Olympic team. And so we have to push that line and constantly be able to get better and to make sure that we recover. And so to have access to this revolutionary technology that is absolutely phenomenal, that I would have given my left arm, right arm, eye teeth for my house to have had access to this when I was an athlete. I just am so, so very thankful that we have it for my athletes. And I am just the more I see that the workouts that they can do, that they're not limping, they're not dealing with the pain that I saw last year with them, that they don't have this year. None of them have it. And like Miles said, he lives in Austin, so he's not able to do it. But, what you mentioned about being able to go for 6 weeks, once a week for 6 weeks, and the stem cells build on each other, and then you take a break unless you have an injury, and then you do it again. And, the physiological adaptations that take place from that, phenomenal. I think it's a secret weapon, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how each one of these athletes, because they love to run. They love to run, and they love to run especially when they don't hurt. So I'm very, very thankful. Thank you very much for everything you do for us.
Great. Thanks again.
Thank you.